All right, so I'm going to be trying to start up a new series where I basically try to build out a full stack application. So I did a poll and you guys responded, and so far the online course platform is at 29%. So I'm going to go ahead and try to build that out. And I think this is a good option because A, it'll help me out, and B, I think it'll help you guys out as well if you can watch me build this. There's a lot of other good suggestions in here that I wish I could kind of just tackle, but I do think the online platform is going to help me the most. Let's just get started. Again, we're going to be using the T3 stack like we always do, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm probably going to not use Tailwind this time. I'm going to try to use Mantine UI. So let's just make a repo real quick. Just go ahead and create one. And I'm going to call this the online, I called it a course platform, online course platform. Let's just call it that. Okay. Go ahead and put an MIT license here. And I will create this repo. Go to my workspace, git clone this down. And again, this is going to be a very informal series of me just trying to talk you through what I'm doing and coding like I normally do in all my videos. So don't expect too much greatness from this series. So let's just go ahead and open this up in VS Code. I'm going to reuse the window I have open. And at some point, we probably want to plan stuff out. That's probably what I'm going to do a lot in this video, is just plan out like what am I going to build, what are some of the features I want, and we can kind of go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is we need to set up a T3 stack. Again, T3 stack is like my go-to for various reasons. I just like tRPC. I like the other things the stack provides. Let's go ahead and say create T3 latest. And go ahead and select some of the defaults. I do want Next-Auth, I do want Prisma, and I do want tRPC. I'm going to skip out on Tailwind for right now, but we can always add it in later if we decide that we want to go back to Tailwind, which I don't think I want to. So I'll just continue the installation, overwrite any files. All right, so now that that is done running, let's just do an npx prisma db push. I think this is set up with SQLite locally, so that'll be good. And let's just run dev here. Right, let's just verify we have this working. Looks good. And we are also just going to go ahead and commit everything. So I'll just go ahead and add, and I'll say initial commit. This is just the fun stuff you always have to do when you create. All right, so here we go. We got a project set up, and the link to this, if I remember, I'll put it in the description link. But what are we trying to build here? So first of all, we're trying to build an online course platform. What does a course platform need? Well, it probably needs, I'm going to make a to-do MD file here. This is how I like to track my to-dos. Some of the features we need for this online course platform. We need the ability for a course creator to upload video files. Okay, we're going to keep this as simple as possible. So we need to be able to upload video files, and we should be able to title those videos, maybe add a description on those videos, like that. Of course, we probably want all the CRUD operations, so like delete a part of the course. So like delete a video, and then edit a part of the course. We want to be able to accept Stripe payments for a paywall. So if someone were to enter in some amount, we can actually allow them access to the course. Now, again, I like to start as simple as possible. And like the idea is you'd only use this site for hosting one course, right? But you could probably expand upon this, and maybe we will if we have time, to just keep on adding features so that like multiple users can create counts, set up their courses, manage their courses, and get information about when people buy stuff. That's another good one. Let's just say nice to have. We're gonna have different sections of like what type of features. So features we need, and then nice to have features. Track when people buy courses. Analytics on how much money was made daily. Analytics on how many people viewed your course landing page. I think that's an important one. Edit a course, create and edit a course landing page, right? So you want some type of marketing page that people can see when they first hit your course, that you can have whatever. So maybe we'll add like a nice visual editor in this platform. That might be cool. So basically, as an admin, I would go in, I would create a landing page, I would set up some, hero banners, some marketing stuff, and then of course your call to action buttons to buy the course. Maybe you can also have a place to put like an example video, what's in this course. But then the call to action would basically go to Stripe, and then they could pay for the course. We probably need the ability for users to log in, so a user can create an account. I will just say Next-Auth Google authentication for right now. And maybe we could do nice to have features would be like magic email link authentication. I think having coupons is a critical thing. So coupons for course. I think that's going to be something that's very important to have, so that I can like promote a course and say that it's like 30% off or 40% off or something. Maybe that's a nice to have feature. I'll just put it down here for nice to have features. Probably ability to track progress on videos would become something that's kind of important. Again, that could be like a nice to have, so that like if a user has watched the first 5 videos of your 10, they know where to like the system can keep track of like where they're at, so they don't have to keep on going back and figuring out where they are. Probably a nice way to have like a viewer, some type of video player, where when you get to the very end of the video, it either auto increments you to the next video, or it gives you the option to start the next lesson. So typically courses are broken up to the smaller like chunks of videos, and you want to give the ability to users to like, users should be able to navigate forward and backwards through the course, something like that. What else do we probably need? Again, like you leave a comment in the video if you think of some cool features that you would need for an online course platform. Probably refunds. If people don't like your course, like is there a way to give their money back? That could be a nice to have feature, but not necessarily like a critical feature we need. I think analytics on user watch times, like try to understand like, okay, what users are watching what videos? Did people finish a course? So like in Udemy, when you create courses, you have like the ability to get all this insight into like, where do people stop watching your stuff? Like, do they even finish your course? And most people don't even finish your courses, right? They buy your course and they watch the first 5 videos, and then life gets busy and they just forget about the course. But maybe some type of like tracking progress, like how many users actually finish your course. Well, let's stop focusing on the nice to have features, because again, those are like stretch goals. We need the bare minimum for an MVP, where I could easily just set up a course, have a paywall, people can pay it, and then they get access to the videos. Would commenting on a video, I think that would be a feature that could be a nice to have. So like users could have discussions about parts of the course. And again, I just said like, let's stop doing the nice to haves. But again, like what is the bare minimum? I think I might cover it. I think this might be the bare minimum that we'll need. So I think we could just go ahead and see if we can just set up some main time. I think this is good enough to hit the ground running. I have never really used main time before, but I'm going to try it out. The reason I'm doing this is I'm kind of tired of Tailwind, of like copying and pasting components and like having to set all this stuff up. I kind of want a fully inclusive component library, which is why I'm willing to try out main time. I think Chakra UI is also a really nice one that people like. There's Ant UI, I think it's called like Ant D or something. There's also Material UI. I know a lot of people love Tailwind, but in all my other videos, what I find myself doing is literally like copying, pasting the same things in every single project. Oh, I need a header. Let's go find one and copy and paste it. I'm just kind of tired of it. I'd rather just import a header and just use it. So let's try this out. We are going to go ahead and, what else do they have here? Choose the packages you will use in your application. Well, we probably want forms. We probably want dates. Should we keep this as simple as possible? We probably want notifications. Rich text editor based on TipTap. Text editor. Yeah, I think a course landing page, you probably want to be able to have a rich text editor, so I'll add that. Capture files with drag and drop. Okay, we probably want that. carousel component. I don't know what that is. Overlay command center. YOLO, we're just going to grab all this. Like, I don't know if we need all this, but let's just make our npm install like 1,000 lines long. And I'm going to use npm because that's my comfort zone. And an old dog can't learn new tricks. So let's just install everything because why not? So while that's getting set up, I don't know if they have a different getting started for Next.js. Let's see, framework guides, Next.js. Maybe I should have clicked that one. I don't think these change at all. I don't think this changes at all. Although I do see an emotion server. Did that thing install somewhere? I think I might need to install emotion server. So I think when this is done running, I'll just go ahead and set that up as well. Okay, that's done. Let's just run this to make sure we have whatever stuff that we might have missed. And it says create a pages document TSX. So let's go to source pages. I'm going to go underscore document TSX. And I'm going to paste in all the goodies that they give us here. Go and paste that in. And let's take a second to like see, do we even understand what's going on here? So we're importing meantime next, get initial props. This is probably needed for like dark mode or something. I don't really know. And then this is the stuff from next. Okay. Add a meantime provider to app.tsx. So we could go ahead and grab this, open up app.tsx, and let's import that. And let's also import meantime provider. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap that like this. Okay. So hopefully we have it set up. npm run dev. Let's try doing this. I'll do npm run dev down here. And if it doesn't crash, then I think that's a good sign. Let's also look at how do you just do something simple. Create your own get initial process. In some cases you will have access. I don't know what that is, but let's just keep going forward. Oh, this is with remix. Yeah, so I think if you have it set up, it says you can import a button and we can kind of get this, we can kind of verify if this is all working. So let's just go to our main index here and let's just import a button from Mantine and let's try to use it. So I'm going to delete all this stuff like that. I'll delete that. It looks like they're using some type of, is this CSS modules? Yeah, this looks like CSS modules. So let's just get rid of all this stuff and try to see if we can get this working. Showcase auth. Let's see what this is doing. Don't think we need that. Okay, can we just get a button displayed? Go here, make a button. Probably the button should say like hello world. And if this works, we should see a button that says hello world. And that looks like the Mantine color scheme. So I think we're set up, we're good. Let's see if we can actually get a header. So let's go over here and type in like header. What about navbar? Navigation. Okay, I don't know what the name is for it. Top navigation. Let's just go over here actually to core. And I think core has a lot of these components for us. Navigation, let's see, what do we got here? I'm not really sure. Inputs, layout, app shell, like what is all this stuff? Your application goes here. This is like your main time header. And this is your side navigation. I mean, we could probably start with that. Responsive shell for your application with a header and a nav bar. Do we actually want a nav bar? That's the real question. There might be a way to turn off the nav bar. It looks like you can just do that. So let's just grab app shell. And again, this is the first time using main time, and we will figure out if this is actually cool or not compared to Tailwind. So let's just go ahead and paste that in, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I auto import some of these things which are missing. And hopefully that'll display a shell. Okay, I do see a kind of a shell outline here. It's kind of hard to see, but I I don't like how it's not full screen here. Shouldn't it be full screen? So I would bet that the body or the HTML is not like fully, is not full screened, or there's like a thing down here. Because if you look at the main time component, there was this little Amy horse fighter. How do I get rid of that place? Like, I don't want Amy horse fighter. I don't know why that's showing up there. So is that actually why we have that? I'm gonna go ahead and put like hello. I'll put like YOLO. I'll put GG in the nav bar. Let's see what pops up for us. You have YOLO, GG, and hello. Why is this thing not fully expanded? Nav bar section. Why do they keep putting this Amy horsefighter thing here? Like, where is this even like defined? Nav bar and aside components can often be outside of app shell context. Let's go back up here and let's just click view full source code. And let's see what the demo gives us. App shell demo, nav bar, scroll bars, usage, story. Let's go to index. What is that? Okay, not that. Let's try this one. Demo, nav bar section, nav bar section, nav bar section. This is all the nav bar. Where is the shell? Usage? Well, at the very least, we could put like an action toggle or something. Like maybe we should grab this stuff and let's just figure out what this does. So they put theirs on the header. So I have header and then I could put that here. Go ahead and import some of the stuff. They have a toggle color scheme. Comes from a use main time color scheme. Okay. As you can tell, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just copying code and seeing how it works out for us. Logo, is logo like a main time thing or is that our own thing? Where's logo defined? It comes from underscore logo. Let's go here and see what the logo looks like. Okay, it looks like that's just a bunch of custom stuff. So we could potentially just put an X here and see what happens. And they have some icons, icon sun and icon stars. Where do those come from? Those come from Tabler Icons React. Is that something else I'm going to have to install? Icons React. $450 free MIT. Yeah, whatever. Let's install this one. Crazy how there's literally like hundreds of different icon libraries. Like, how many icon libraries could we actually need in this industry? Like, can we just like have a couple and like not get all of these icons? So I installed it, but let's see if it's going to allow us to auto import this. Let me try restarting TypeScript. Auto import still doesn't work, so that sucks. Let's see if we can just copy this and import it and see if this works. Those errors went away. Why is this one still complaining? Avoid references, unbounded methods, which may cause unintentional scoping of this. I do not know what that error is complaining about, but let's just restart ESLint server, because sometimes what I've noticed when I use the T3 stack is like a lot of times I have to restart the ESLint server. Book was called outside of context. Make sure your app is wrapped with color scheme provider okay, so let's go back and let's try to figure that out. Maybe I should get out of the source code and go back here. So they're saying I have to wrap it in a color scheme provider. Okay, so I guess I could just go back to document or app and just pull that in, right? Is that how you do it? I should probably go to the docs, right? Go to the docs and read about this. Because right now it's saying that children is missing from the properties. Children color scheme. Yeah, let's just go to the docs. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Did the icons pop up for us at least? Okay, we got the icon for the moon. So they can close out of that, close out of that, close out of that. Let's go here and search for this dark theme thing. It looks like you give it theme color scheme with global styles with normalized CSS. I don't know what that is. I already have those, so I don't need those. Color scheme is light. No, I want dark. Color scheme provided. The meantime, support the dynamic color scheme change and exports. So I need to move this outside. Let's just do this. I'm going to pull all that stuff out there. Hopefully this works for us. Toggle color scheme. I'm going to go ahead and move this up here. And I'm going to move that down. That's, my head's blocking it, but there is a button up here that's not doing anything. So let's go back to where we're clicking it. Toggle color scheme. That should be passed in from the use main time color scheme. And when we call it, it should be toggling something, I would think, right? Oh, here's the issue with the nav bar probably. I think this thing probably needs to be like a height of 100%. I don't know if that's even possible. Is that how you do it? Hey, that fixed it. Cool. Sometimes in coding, you just play with it. Like you just have this assumption of how you think the framework or library works, and then you do it, and then it just actually works. So I don't really understand like why that worked. I don't know if you can just pass any type of CSS into this and it just works. I just made an assumption and I assumed right. I didn't even have to go to the docs. So that's a win in my opinion. Okay, so how do we get this dark mode, light mode working? Maybe we should go back to the docs and verify that this is proper. And then consume color scheme provider with this hook, which we're doing over here. And then we call it here on click. Let's take a step back. Let's slow down. What are we doing wrong here? We have the color scheme set to, oh wait, maybe that's the issue. We're hard coding it to dark. Maybe we don't want to hard code it, and maybe we actually want to like give it. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to actually give it the color scheme here. So do that. And now I think if I go here, it will automatically switch for us. Now I do want to default this to dark mode. So I could just go ahead and do that. And I think that'll set it up. And we probably also want to default to system preferences. Is that a way to, is there a way to do that? Detect, okay, yeah, detect user preferred color scheme. You can detect the user preferred color schemes with media queries or use color scheme hook and set the default value. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use that hook. Go ahead and import it. I'm going to use that as my default. I must have imported the wrong thing here. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Oh, when I auto imported it. Okay, hold on. This is what happens when you just assume, like I was saying, like you do bad things. So make sure you're importing the right stuff. And let's verify. Are we in dark mode? We should be in dark mode. Or not. Okay, so why are we not in dark mode? Whole video is going to be me trying to set up the proper modes. Color scheme, use state color scheme, preferred color scheme. Use color scheme comes from main time hooks. Use main time color scheme is defined but is never used. Should we be using that somewhere? Probably not. Let's delete that one since we're not using it. This thing, I mean, let's just console log what this is. You think this would actually print something out? Go back to our UI here. Let's refresh with the console open so we can see what's going on. What is all this stuff printing out? Okay, it says dark mode. Starts with light and then it says dark. Why is it starting with light? Because I'm not on light mode. Yeah, I'm on dark mode right now. Let's go here. You can detect user preferred color scheme with a media query or use color scheme hook and set as the default value. So that's what we're doing, and it does print out dark eventually. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because we're using Next, the server-side rendering is like messing with this. It's for some reason not actually setting the proper value when this changes for color scheme. And if you read the comment here, it says, and always light during SSR as window.match media is not available. So I wonder what that means for us. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time on a freaking color switcher. So we're like 30 minutes in. We haven't really done much. I mean, we just kind of pulled in this main time stuff. We're playing around with it. I guess it's a decent start, but I am going to commit what I have, and next time when I come in, or sorry, and then next time when I make a video, we will kind of just add on to this, right? Again, we're trying to build a dashboard so that as a course creator, I can kind of get analytics on my courses. I can modify my courses. Maybe I can see the emails of the people who signed up, give refunds. And I think that the side nav bar would be really good for all that. But yeah, obviously we didn't build much in this video, but hopefully we'll keep on adding on to this, and we'll have something cool whenever if I can stay consistent. All right, well, I got a Discord you're welcome to join if you want to talk to me directly, or just find a place to talk to some other developers. And like always, I have a newsletter you're welcome to subscribe to if you want some tips and tricks about coding in the future. That should be in the description link below. And stay tuned for the next video in this series, which I don't know will be coming out, but we'll just add on to this. Have a good day. Happy coding.